Oh, hi there. I'm just filming some stock footage. It's very important to have, helpful to cut to, transforming me into an eloquent orator, but more importantly, providing a more intimate experience of the subject at hand. And it is particularly important today because today's subject is miniature by name, but universal in its impact. Because the subject I'm talking about today is a true microcosm, the condensation of a precious commodity, the grain wheat, into a miniature bite-sized piece. I was recently instructed to disseminate the endless potential of mini-wheats. Acting as a brand ambassador, I provided samples of the cereal along with booklets which contain a variety of serving suggestions, including the innovative serving suggestion of trying it hot. As anyone familiar with basic chemistry is aware, higher temperatures expedite chemical reactions, unleashing the infinite potential of mini-wheats. See? Double goodness. Presumably this refers to the infinite quality of mini-wheats, or it could refer to the duality of mini-wheats in a vacuum. They have long capitalized on the bipolar aspects of the cereal's design, the healthy and mature whole wheat structure, highlighted by the youthful sweetness of the frosting, which provides a palatable foundation for a healthy future full of potential. I will now discuss my own relative youth. Confined to the microcosm of a 100 square foot apartment, I tried to expand the potential of the smallest granule. Oh, I had grand schemes, grand plans. I even had stock footage for a review of Kellogg's mini wheat cereal, among others. But I abandoned my 100 square foot universe. Allow us to review that stock footage. Look, my bowl is full. What is stock footage beyond action potential? What is the universe without stock footage? What is existence without stock footage? Would we exist without stock footage? That is why I sought to create peripheral television, the noise between channels that is action potential, radiance of the Big Bang that can be seen in ever-changing forms. So as a brand ambassador, I was instructed to disseminate these samples of mini wheats. Of course, I had a little bit left over. Now, considering the stock footage, that action potential, and considering the availability of this resource, this microcosm of wheat, the conditions seem perfect for a review. Now, my first problem with mini wheat cereal is always reminded to me at the first bite. And part of that is all the striations, the multiple layers of the universe, which is this shredded wheat. I can definitely see how the Try It Hot campaign would make those first bites slightly easier, especially if the expedited chemical reaction due to increased energy and increased heat, that would allow these biscuits, the mini wheats, to be more penetrable right from the beginning, as opposed to being such a dense black hole which sucks in all moisture without a huge amount of result. This slightly tough beginning to the cereal is a good indicator of how the cereal will progress. It won't get too mushy too quickly. And the structure of the biscuit visually is actually quite beautiful as well. The striations remain quite defined as it does get soggy, as it is exposed to milk. So there is that nice bit of structure in there, even though it is somewhat porridge-like, especially at the bottom of the bag. This is actually still the content, the shredded wheat, in quite a pure form. I'll just top up a little bit more milk there. In many cereals, that final bowl you get will be very sweet. This cereal almost matures with the individual, as if this is the age of the individual, the age of the universe. At the beginning, it is those easy to pick up bite-sized pieces, the mini wheats. By the end, it is a more friendly porridge-like texture. So really, throughout the progression of the bag, you could feed all stages of life. But yeah, the wheat, it does provide a earthy, quite healthy flavor. You can tell that it is whole wheat. These particular mini wheats are the white sugar frosted mini wheats. That sugar frosting doesn't add much beyond sweetness. Other flavors, the brown sugar, the cinnamon, there seems to be a whole array of mini wheats flavors that I wasn't aware of before, that I've never tried before. They seem as though they'd have more of an actual character to them. It truly is that thing added to make it palatable. Because it wouldn't be all that palatable on its own if it was just the shredded wheat. Unless you were to do something like this and dress it up a lot. And then in that case, I don't think that the sugar would be all that helpful at all, because you might want to add a sweetness in another way. The other flavors I could see would be a sweetness that would actually add additional potential to that flavor, would add more character to a cereal that you had expanded upon, had garnished in some sort of way. It almost sort of reflects the mascot of mini wheats itself, which is essentially an anthropomorphized mini wheat. It's not particularly imaginative. It's just one of the biscuits with legs. So I'm not sure what that even plays into. Like, is in some ways this book is attempting to describe the ways in which your breakfast cereal has the potential to have finesse, has the potential to have fruit added, more nutritional content added, more food groups added. So in that way, it's starting to become a more expansive, healthy, nutrient-rich meal replacement. Within that context, the anthropomorphized mini wheat cereal almost becomes a meat replacement in that way. You are eating this living being. I guess in some ways that's what I was attempting to do with peripheral television. I was attempting to create these new universes. And how do you represent the universe in a symbol? You have to condense it down into something that is understandable. The valuable commodity of wheat as an expansive whole is hard to fathom. But the mini-wheat, the microcosm of mini-wheats in this form, this character, this shell, that makes wheat more palatable. That makes wheat more understandable. That makes wheat more fun, more approachable for the kid in you. So as far as a mascot goes, this character further demonstrates that wheat is essential for well-being, that these mini-wheats are equated with your very survival, with life. So ultimately, what do I rate Kellogg's mini-wheat cereal? Well, I think it has endless potential.